He's refusing to give me his ID. She got herself involved and he started calling me a psychopath and is recording me. So I called up one of my partners and I was like, well, what do I do? Like,
and then she demands my ID. It's not a stop and ID state.
Okay.
I don't have to give up my ID if there's no crime being committed. She's not investigating a crime.
Do you mind if I get your name?
Why?
That was the question I asked.
I don't mind. This is just interrupting my day.
Okay. It's like 5 a.m.
There's no reason for it.
Okay.
So she starts coming out here and recording me and calling me a psychopath and telling me I wish I had and all this other shit.
Welcome back to Just Following Orders. Today's video is coming from Chris McConnell's channel. Make sure you go check out his content and let him know I sent you. So we're in Kingston, Washington today, and I'd have to say this is one of the most emotionally inept police officers I've seen in a while. So we have Chris, who's sitting outside of the Point Casino waiting on his girlfriend to come out. I guess she's working, or I don't know what she's in there doing. Anyways, he's approached by an officer from the Port Gamble Scalalum Police Department. I don't know how to say that, but she knocks on his window because she said that he was slumped over. He says that he was on his phone, but she asks for his ID. He refuses because he's just sitting in his car and has no reason to ID. And so she, like you saw in the beginning of the video, she calls for backup. Another officer from a different police department ends up getting there before the backup that she calls on from her police department. But it just goes to show you that this lady doesn't really know what she's doing because she can't even handle this call on her own. So we're gonna start the video. Y'all hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Let's get started.
So this dude is not. So when I pulled up over here, he was slumped over at the wall. The car was running. Okay. He's refusing to give me his ID. She got herself involved and he started calling me a psychopath and is recording me. He's saying that he's just refusing to give me his ID and I let him know he's detained, he's not free to go, and so I'm kind of like...
Okay.
So I called up one of my partners and I was like, well, what do I do? Like, because I'm by myself, I don't want to get into a situation where like I throw him into cuffs and then like... So I don't want to step on anybody's toes, but I don't believe I'm violating anybody's rights or anything.
She doesn't even know if she's violating people's rights, which means she doesn't even know people's rights. So what, did you go to the academy instead of for 4 months, you went for a month and a half?
I don't believe I'm violating anybody's rights or anything.
Okay. Yeah, did you contact like your supervisor? Because I don't know what all that you're able to do. What's up, man?
1802 is on his way here right now.
What's not against law?
So I was sitting here waiting for her to come out of the casino.
You Rebecca?
No, this is her daughter. Rebecca's
I'm Rebecca's daughter.
Okay, yeah, I just saw that it was registered to Rebecca. I know the whole situation that happened with Rebecca.
So I was sitting here, I was on my phone. She
Okay.
comes up, knocks on the window. I asked her if I can help her. She said, oh, are you okay? I said, yes. And then she demands my ID. It's not a stop and ID state.
Okay.
I don't have to give up my ID if there's no crime being committed. She's not investigating a crime.
Okay.
And I'm obviously okay. I was interacting with her.
Okay.
And then she just won't leave. Now she won't let me leave. She won't let me get out so she can get in and we can go.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna have a chat with her, figure out where
her
they're
pride
at.
is in the way.
Okay. Do you mind if I get your name?
Why?
That was the question I asked.
I don't mind. This is just interrupting my day.
Okay. It's like 5 a.m.
There's no reason for it.
Okay.
I like how he states the time as if you can't be bothering somebody in the morning. You stopping somebody without an articulable suspicion of a crime is bothering them, whatever time it is.
I'm just asking, do you mind if I get your
If she
name?
remembers, she actually has my name because we've interacted before on the other side by the hotel.
Okay.
In this same vehicle. But I don't see any point in it. I didn't ask her to come over and talk
Yeah, I
to me.
got you. In all fairness, about like names and stuff, we do interact with a lot of people, so sometimes it's hard to remember names, right?
Okay.
So I just asked if you would mind if I got your name. If not,
I do mind.
I said his name out loud
just go over
a few
there.
seconds ago. She should remember it. She heard me say it.
Okay. I mean, I have no context as to this, so I'm gonna go talk to her.
Yes, I'm just the citizen that is being impeded in his day.
Okay. I'm gonna go talk to her, figure out what's going on from her perspective. Okay.
I would like to know if I'm still detained.
Well, I'll talk to her about that, right? Because this is where it gets into a weird area, right?
Yeah.
Where it's tribal.
Yeah.
So they're doing tribal stuff here.
It's tribal.
This is tribal land.
Right.
This is all
but
Port
I'm
Gamble.
still a citizen of the state. I'm a member of the tribe.
They're not enforcing a tribe code on you, but because they control this land, we don't have an MOU as the county, right? So we can't overstep what they're doing.
Right, and
Right.
And all I was doing.
That's
was
why
sitting-
I'm gonna
sitting
defer
here
to
waiting
her.
For her, so
Okay.
I would like for somebody not to let her blow things out of proportion.
Yeah, I'm gonna go talk to her, figure out what's going on from her perspective, right? Because I just got here
I appreciate
with
it.
no context, right?
Casino, I was slumped over at the wheel, and I tried to ID him, and basically he's not wanting to give me his ID. We made a big old deal about it.
Now she's calling up people for emotional support because she can't get this man's ID.
So I'm out on this call right now. Huh? No. What? Well, when he wasn't gonna give me his ID, I told him to leave, and he said I'm not going anywhere. And so then he stayed and was like, I'm not leaving my girlfriend here. And so then I was like, well, you're gonna give me your ID, and then he wouldn't give it to me. So I gave him an opportunity to leave. So George is here right now. They're out here right now.
What up?
He's still not giving ID.
Okay.
No, I asked if he would
I'll give you a call
mind
back.
giving me his name. And he goes,
So-
no, but why?
I gave him an opportunity to leave. I said, since you're not going to give me your... Because you slumped over, like I already told you.
Mm-hmm.
And then I gave him multiple chances to give me his ID. And this is obstruction at this point. You're slumped over, the car is running. Like he was slumped over, like literally over the wheel.
Did you knock on the window to
Yeah.
wake him up?
Yeah, I had him knocked twice. Well, then so then I told him, well, if you're not going to give me your ID, then leave. You need to leave then. And he said, no, I'm not going anywhere. And he said his girlfriend or whoever was inside the casino.
This lady has all kinds of complaints and all types of things to say, but the only thing she's not saying is what crime he committed.
And
Yeah, this is one of the weird areas where, like, I
I
come as
know,
a second.
that's
so
why.
No, yeah.
Now that you're here, like, I'll hang out.
Yeah.
I don't know actually what. I don't really have any grounds I can make conversation with him because he.
No, yeah.
That's where I get, that's where I'm like, I know that I'm not in the wrong. So she starts coming out here and recording me and calling me a psychopath and telling me I wish I had a dick and all this other shit. And telling me I wish I had a dick and all this other shit and blah, 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 which doesn't matter.
It's a weird wish.
Freedom of
But,
speech, but
yeah.
this is where I'm used to being, not tribal and
Well, who were you just talking to?
Sergeant Lee.
What did he say?
He was just like, yeah, if you gave him the opportunity to leave and he didn't, like, yeah.
I mean, yeah, but who can you... Well, that's not different.
You know who's probably going to be more versed in this? 1802. He's on his way.
Yeah, well, you can just pull him out, put him in his house, and go from there.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Alright, man, I'll have you step aside. He's going to be going into cuffs.
I'm going into cuffs for what? For what?
I already asked him to
Okay, are you in this situation? No, I'm asking you a question. What is the crime?
What is the crime?
Yes, what is the crime?
The crime is that we're investigating.
What are you investigating?
Because on the reservation, we have...
On the reservation, yes, I would limit this.
No.
Can I say my side? Or are you just going to take one side that wasn't even here?
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so I was in the casino, he was in the car, right? And then we switched because we have the dogs. I don't know where I was. This is my mom over here. So he didn't want to call. Okay? Right. Okay?
What up?
So I was in the casino, I spent my money, I came out here, she went in the casino, I was waiting for her. I told her to come up to the window, asked if I'm okay, yeah, I'm okay. I started talking to her. Alright? So then what crime was committed? Sitting in my car is not a crime.
I talked on the phone.
Okay. Yeah, they just requested a second, and I was like, I think I'm the closest. I'll start yelling.
I was coming off a highway 3 and I was just like, okay, I can turn around that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I talked to her on the phone on my way up here. I was like, what's going on? Well, he's slumped over, he didn't know if he was sleeping or not. Female came out, started recording me and everything. Like, alright, well, that's not illegal, so.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, so that's why I shut down. Yeah, I'll hang out here. I appreciate you.
Yeah, just let me know
Yeah, absolutely.
if you guys end up needing. That's why I was like, you need county, I'll be headed there. Yeah.
So that's the end of that video. It's pretty obvious that this officer, I don't even know how she got a badge in the first place. Like, she clearly cannot handle things on her own. She's clearly too emotional to handle a job. She's only trying to get this man's ID out of emotion. You can hear it in her voice and in all her reasoning. She's just offended that his girlfriend came out and started talking shit to her. But apparently, according to Chris, this lady's name is Officer Linda Dawson, and she's on the Brady list right now, and she's under her certification as being under investigation because she was terminated from 2 other police departments for misconduct and dishonesty. So that's clear. We can see that. We can see this lady, you know, she's emotional and she runs off of emotion. She does things off of emotion and doesn't care about what's legal, what's lawful, and what's constitutionally viable. So we have this other officer arrive to, I guess, help her out, and he's absolutely useless. And even though he listens to the man's story, he just takes her emotional banter on face value, acting like a white knight, and just says, "Yeah, let's just go ahead and put him in cuffs." Like, for what? You didn't even ask her what crime he committed. She did. Y'all sat there and talked that whole time, which is funny because usually they turn off the microphone, and this time they didn't. But the whole time that they were talking, she still never said a crime that he was committing. Kudos on the driver for keeping calm, because I would have went off on that lady, but I don't know how it all ended. Hopefully he didn't, you know, they didn't get him out of the car and put cuffs on him. But let me know what y'all thought about this interaction in the comments. Thank y'all for watching today's video. Please check out another one. I'll see y'all next time. Y'all have a great day.